Hey everyone, how are you doing? Bye Carla. Thanks for hopping on and saying hi. I love it. Your granddaughter's hijacking your tablet. Well, have a good night. Hey everyone, thanks for joining. Hey Gingerlock's mom. Hey Carol. Hey Shug Trotter. Hey Mimi J. Carla Marie. Hey Leah Bell. Hey girl. I think that's everybody. How's everyone doing? Oh, hey Kesha, how are you? Let me turn this down. Okay, perfect. I was gonna say maybe you can't hear me because I feel like crap and can't really talk very loud. Also, I'm trying to be quiet. The little one's sleeping, but you know, we've been in this like never-ending sick. I don't know what you want to call it. It's like a endless cycle of death for I don't know. It's like sickness for the last few months now. Perfect. Okay. I am doing okay. Just trying to get over this nastiness, whatever we got going on. And my son's been trying to get over a bad ear infection. So, yep, I just got on. I don't normally get on the weekends anymore. And I decided that I would. I had a little bit of time. I just put the little one down. I love the new merch that we have out. I want to get a tank top like yesterday. I told my husband, I was like, I think I'm gonna order that. I can't decide which color I want. I want like all of them. I'm like, I need to get something. The stream says it's coming in bad on my computer, but it looks fine on my tablet. So if anybody has any issues, let me know. I am such a hoodie person, but I have so many of them. And we're in the process of moving right now. And I'm gonna have to put a lot of my winter clothes and colder weather clothes in storage for right now. So I think I'm definitely going to get my first things that I'm going to get. It's the t-shirt. There's a few different styles too. There are more fitted t-shirts, like girly t-shirts that are on there. And there's some like v-necks. There's also some slouchy t-shirts and stuff. So we've been working on that for a while. So thanks. I appreciate it. I'm going to try and get some different like options out there too as far as um, some like different prints of things and see what we can come up with. My husband's really good with stuff like that. I know he likes hats, so we're gonna try and come up with some cool stuff like that too. Yeah. Oh man, what happened, Chuck Charter? That's awful. Let me pause this. This is. There we go. Sometimes if too much is going on, I'm also gonna turn off the music. Streamlabs is something that I don't normally use, but it has more features that I want to use, so it's been something I've been trying to like kind of move over towards. And it also takes up a lot of my computer power for some reason. This is supposed to be a really good computer. I don't know crap about that stuff as far as what I would need for this, but I don't know. Maybe they were just full of crap. That's possible too. I like I'm like a totally bright color. I was explaining this the other day. I like bright colored clothing because my hair is so dark, and during the summer I also get really tan, and I'm supposed to be like part Native American. I don't know if it's totally true or not, but it wouldn't surprise me. I get so tan, and so does my dad, and my mom gets really jealous. It's funny, and I just feel like if I wear a dark T-shirt, which I wear all the time. I mean, our local sports teams, almost all of the stuff is dark. I'm wearing a gray sweatshirt right now. It's a dark gray, like a charcoal gray. So my mom's always like, "Are you seriously buying another T-shirt or another hoodie again?" I'm like, "Yep, sure am." I like the tank top because it's slouchy and it's about to be summer, and we have a pool and my parents have a pool, and so we're always out at the pool. I try to do a bunch of therapy this time of year as well in the pool because we have a pool. Try and get my legs working a little bit better. It doesn't really do a whole lot, but you know, I try. For the t-shirts and stuff like that. So what I want to do is I do want to do that. We are going to add different colors for different things. The first one that I've done, I actually did all of this by myself without my husband's help, and I probably should have waited for his help, but with the font being white and the splatter being red, I tried to put it on. They had different colors. They had a couple of lighter colors on like a white shirt and stuff like that, and the writing didn't work well on it. So then I tried to change the writing on those, but it made me change the writing for every color. Like I didn't want black writing on a black shirt, or you know what I mean. So I have to go in and do a whole different design to be able to accommodate to those colors. So I'm working on it. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this, so I'm trying to learn. Oh my goodness. That's awful. Did that happen, like, just recently, Show Trotter? I had to realize I've never had a cat before, and I've told people a bunch of times how we ended up getting a cat, so I won't bore you with that this time, but she isn't even a year old, and she is crazy, and it is, oh, don't worry, Miss Murder, I'm not going to be on long. I don't feel good. My throat's bothering me. I just wanted to make sure this all worked and just say hi. So I'll get off and I'll come and bother you. But my cat, like a few months ago, I had to teach her you can't jump on, I'm not used to animals jumping on things like countertops and stuff like that. I have big dogs. They try to put their paws on the counters, but they don't jump up on things. Well, we have things pushed back enough. There isn't anything off the edge of the counter because of our son and stuff. Well, our kid, it's not doing anything. It's probably frozen because there's nothing going on. Or are you talking about yours is frozen? I finally got my Streamlabs to work. Finally. Just took forever. But my cat decided that it'd be a good idea to jump on the counters. Normally it's not a big deal. We started feeding her on something that was higher up. It's like a bookshelf in the hallway because our dog, I wouldn't say all of our dogs. There's one of the 3 dogs that's always trying to eat our cat's food. And if we don't put her away from the dog, then the dog's going to try and eat it. So she's just decided that she's going to try and jump all over the counters and whatever. Well, we have one of those like flat top griddle thingies, and I was making burgers, or I don't know what the heck I was putting on there, and she tried to jump up on there, and it thank goodness I had just plugged it in, so it wasn't really warm. It had just gotten warm, but she freaked out and never did that again. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me, cat. Like, I have to put her in a room where I can close the door. She's figured out how to open our doors for the most part. I have to put her upstairs where she can't get out of that door, or she likes to go outside, or I have to put her outside so she can't mess it up. Oh, thanks, Shake Trotter. Yeah, I don't know how to do any of this crap. I just like got on one day. My husband and I started doing all of this stuff with just our voices, and we did it on a podcasting software. So we recorded the audio, and that was it. We didn't have to do anything with backgrounds, visualization. We didn't have to have pictures or nothing. And one day I decided to put our stuff on YouTube, and it just like blew up. It was over the Chris Watts stuff. And I realized that I probably needed to put a little bit more into it or be on camera a little bit more. And I feel like pardon my French, I feel like total ass, I don't know, 97.5% of the time, if we're being honest. And, like, right now, I could turn on my camera, but I seriously look like I'm dying, I think. And, yeah, I just can't. And, yeah, so I try to do something a little better than that. And we're also moving, so, yeah, my office is, sometimes it's really a mess, and that's where I am right now, so. Hey, what's all the new stuff that you're talking about? Oh my goodness, that's awful, Shug. I'm so sorry. I can't relate to, like, being burnt like that. I had one of those, like, stupid casts that they use, I don't know what the heck it is that they use, but I had broken my ankle, and they put a cast on me. I think I was a freshman in high school or something like that, or maybe I was in junior high. And I was making macaroni and cheese for myself. And I was boiling the water. Well, I had been boiling the noodles, boiling the water, and I wasn't paying attention. And when the noodles were done, I went to put the noodles in the strainer and missed, and water went all down my cast. Well, that's an insulator. So, that was a freaking mess. I was pouring cold water down that sucker to try and make it not so hot. And I remember freaking out, calling my mom, like, what do I do? What do I do? But I do remember, I was talking the other day about how I got in between a dog fight. It was two of my dogs, and the one dog had just been abused and stuff, and we were trying to rehabilitate her, and unfortunately, she decided to lose her ever-loving mind on our other dog one day. And I didn't know any better. I was being an idiot and had never been in this situation before, so I was home alone, and I got down on the ground with one arm in each dog's mouth. Well, long story short, I'll spare you all the details. I looked like, after 911 was called and I was in the emergency room, I looked like a hockey player, like a freaking goalie with, like, those big old mitts. And my mom's, like, asking their nurses when we're leaving, like, hey, can you help her so she can wipe her ass when she leaves here? Like, they had to, like, unwrap part of my hand just so that I could, like, I could go to the darn bathroom by myself. And my pinky was falling off on my right hand. So they had to stitch that bad boy back on, and that was the only thing that they would stitch, because when you get bit by a dog, they're so afraid of infection, they won't stitch anything else. But they had to stitch that back on. Other than that, they, like, bandaged that up all up my arm, because I was bit all up my arm on my right side, but that was really the only place on my hand was my finger. On my left hand, though, I couldn't move my whole left hand for like 3 months. I had to have surgery that same week. All my nerves were compressed. I had to go through extensive therapy, and it was a complete mess. And I remember what it was like, though. I had a 2-liter bottle between my thighs, trying to use my forearms to, like, twist off the cap. Like, I totally feel what I feel what you're going through. So my heart goes out to you. Like, I remember just crying. My husband comes in the kitchen, like, we weren't married at the time. We were just dating. We had just bought our house. We had been here just, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. And, I didn't know anybody in the area other than his mom and dad. And I'm all by myself. He worked days, so I literally woke up, he went to work, and I was home by myself. I was already on disability for another surgery. I was a complete total mess. And I'm, like, trying to open it up, and I'm just crying in the kitchen, like, I can't open my... I wanted a damn drink, and I couldn't do it. Oh, thanks, Alex. Sometimes it just makes you who I am, when you go through crap like that, it just makes you who you are. It sucks, but at the end of the day, I don't know, kind of gave me a little bit of purpose, I guess. But thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, Streamlabs has been, like, a power sucker for my computer. But OBS does it too lately, especially when I turn on my camera. I had on my camera the last few times I've done a live stream, and people kept saying I was buffering, and I usually don't have a problem with that, and my internet speed's really fast. My computer's really good too. I don't know what's going on. Thank you. I appreciate it. Shug Trotter, you know what? It's been difficult because we're moving because it's going to be what's best for my family as far as me and medically and getting help from like my mom and dad, and I'm going to have surgery and stuff, and my husband works a lot, and this is their busy season, and so that's what's best for us, but we're not under any kind of time frame. I mean, we own our house. It's not even listed up for sale right now, so there's no rush. It's just the sooner we get moved out of here, the sooner I get a little bit more help and I have a little less responsibility. So it'll, you know, and it'll all work out. It's just a matter of time. I'm like broken and trying to get things together. Like we had a goal of moving out next week. That is so not happening. It's not funny. Hey Casey, how are you, girl? Oh my goodness. Do you feel better now than you did before? I've had a couple burns in my life from like working in the food industry. I worked at a restaurant I was serving, and I remember making tea. They did like fresh brewed tea or whatever, and I didn't realize how hot that stuff was when it brewed, and it was early in the morning. I didn't get much sleep that night and couldn't figure out why the tea wasn't brewing, and I like pulled the little container thingy that holds the filter and the tea. I pulled that out and it was completely full with water, and I wasn't expecting, those things are really lightweight. I wasn't expecting it to be so heavy, and I just remember those tea grounds caking on my arm, and that hurt pretty bad. They made me work that whole day too. It was Father's Day and I had to work that whole day. I didn't even get to like go get that taken care of. Yeah, my arm looked kind of bad, but I didn't have any issues with it after that. It hurt for a little bit, but that was about it. Hey Jay, how are you? I finally got Streamlabs to work on my daggone computer. Hey Aaron. I'm beat too. I've been sick. My son's sick. My son has had an ear infection that won't go away. We've been having some like speech therapy problems with him. Well, we thought. Well, now we're finding out that it's likely an ear problem. So we're going to try and get that figured out this week. And I don't know. It's been mentioned maybe tubes would fix the problem from people that I've talked to and stuff. Not really sure what's going on, but we'll see. Hey, Ramon. Good, yes. Happy Saturday. I'm glad it's Saturday. My husband's out at a bachelor party right now. One of his best friends is getting married Memorial Day weekend. So that's actually why I have him in it. I just put the little one to bed and just kind of hanging out. And I'm thinking to myself, we live in Cincinnati, there's a Reds game tonight, and like they're out, you know, doing all kinds of stuff for this bachelor party, and I'm like, I am so beat. I don't know how y'all would be doing that right now. I just don't. There's no way. No freaking way. It wouldn't be happening. The only reason I'm doing this right now is because I can sit my butt in this chair. Hey Josh B. Hey Mary. Yeah, no, they are not your friends, man. That steam is so hot. I didn't realize it. I had no idea that stuff was hot. And I had no idea how heavy the little container would be just by pulling it out. I'm like, oh, it's not working. Let me figure this out. Maybe the filter's in wrong or whatever. Oh no, all of it went all over my arm. Whoops. That's awesome, Shug Trotter. I had been with my husband for a few years when this had happened. Um, we were talking about back, crap, it's been 6 years this summer. 6 years ago, I was an idiot, and I got down on the ground in between a dog fight and had one dog on each arm and was like, I don't know, screaming for my life. Long story short, ended up in the hospital and came out looking like a freaking hockey goalie because like my pinky was falling off on my right hand. My left hand was all jacked up. They had me all bandaged up. And my mom's like, hey, asking the nurses, can you like help her so she can, you know, wipe her ass when she goes to the bathroom? Like, yes, please, please. And I hadn't been with my husband, but like, I don't know, a couple years at that point. I mean, we had bought a house together, but yeah. Yes, my merch is on Teespring. It's the only thing that I have right now. It's the only design that I have. I was trying to come up with something fun, but I need to come up with some more designs and stuff. Where do you have yours on? I like your hat. My husband loves hats. And I was just saying, he wants to come up with some sort of like hat. If he's not at work, he has a hat on. Hey, Lori, how are you? Does anybody else's computer run really slow when they have Streamlabs up, or is it just me? Because I've been putting off using this for a long time. Hey, that hat emoji's awesome. That's pretty cool. My husband loves hat. I need. Did you get that off of Teespring, like the hat too? Okay, my husband needs to. I need to get him one. He's gonna create a badass hat. Okay, at least I'm not the only one. OBS does it pretty bad too, and when I turn on my camera, everyone says that I lag really, really bad. Yeah, I have right now, all I have open is I have Chrome open because so I can read chat. For some reason, it won't let me sign in on my chat on Streamlabs, so I had to leave open Chrome, and I've got open my VPN, and that's about it. And this is supposed to be a gaming computer, yet it's slow as crap right now. Happy weekend to everybody. Anybody doing anything fun? That would be awesome, Jay. Thank you. My husband would love that. It's Streamlabs OBS. I don't know. Hold on, let me see if I can. Okay, so I was using OBS Studio. It's got like a little black circle with some 3 little like squiggly lines in it. That's what I was using. And now I use Streamlabs OBS, and it's got like the little green box with a little face in it or whatever. I don't know. My husband's MacBook Pro took a crap, and it doesn't work anymore. Most expensive computer he's ever bought in his life. It was like that thing had just come out, and that piece of shit doesn't even work anymore. Mine's on Windows right now. I haven't even tried it on the Mac because it literally, like, I don't know. Oh, they don't have Streamlabs for Mac? I thought that's the only way that you could do some of the things that you use on yours. I guess I don't know how to use all this crap. I tried to like look it up, like, okay, how can I figure out how to use this and this? And it told me I needed Streamlabs. See, I don't even know what I'm doing. I started out on a podcasting thing on Anchor, me and the hubby, with a freaking recording app and a microphone. And then I brought us over here and saw that like everybody had way better skills than I did, and I'm like, wait a minute, I have to do more than just a little bit of voice. So I'm like slowly trying to learn here. Okay, is yours the OBS thing with the little like black circle with the silver squiggly lines or whatever? I'm trying to figure out what the heck to do. I'm just trying to figure out what works best. Okay, then that's the one that I use too. I need to figure out how to get all that other stuff to be able to use on there. Maybe I need to, maybe I should YouTube some videos. Am I buffering? See? Streamlabs is what I use, or what I have on right now. But it makes it seem like I can't add or edit my screens after I do it too. That's why I was just trying to test it out to see. I'd be pretty ticked off if I went live with some important information and then got screwed out of it or something. Okay, cool. Streamlabs.com. Okay, let me check that out. That's when I need to check them. Alright guys, so I am going to tell you one really messed up thing. I can't tell you too much, but I wasn't even sure if I was going to bring this up, but I got a call today from one of my friends, and her and her husband have been friends with my husband and I for a long time. My husband went to school with my friend's husband. They went to school for a long time. And she calls me today, and with my background, she's like, hey, I need you to do me a favor. I talked to her for a few minutes, and so they have been in a custody battle with her husband and his child and his child's mom for like years. It's something that I helped them with when I had my license, and something that I, just did for them. They're my friends. Well, she's like, hey, with your background, I need to ask you for some advice. I need to ask you what to do. So this mom, her husband's child, that family had another child. So their daughter, I'm not going to say her name, but like she had a sibling. And the mother of his child, it was her second child. Well, they had found out yesterday that the 3-month-old baby passed away. And unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be it's not a good situation at all. I think it's going to be a really bad situation, or it could be something that could turn into a really bad situation, and some things have transpired over the last few hours, really, and over the last day that I don't know if you're like the praying kind, or if you like put good vibes out there in the universe or something, but it gives me chills talking about, like, I really don't want this to go south for this family. Like, this could be really, really bad. A 3-month-old just passed away. It's my understanding that the mother rolled over on the baby. I know some things about this mother that makes me believe some really, it's not a good situation. The school principal has said to the mom, hey, if the daughter's not in school for the next week, I understand. Don't even worry about calling. That scares the shit out of me. We don't know where this little girl is right now, and they don't get custody of her again until Thursday. So it's a possibility we may not know where this little girl is, and her mom. I live in this town, and I've talked to the investigators that are working on this right now, and it's an open investigation. A child died yesterday. So my son's supposed to be sleeping, and he's like, hey, hi, sweetheart. What are you doing? It's past your bedtime. Makes me want to go hold my little one, like, with any other kid. But yeah, it's really sad. So, like I was telling my friend, I was like, hey, just be careful, because I was trying to figure out when the police report was going to come out. The autopsy hasn't been finalized yet. They have to continue on with the investigation, and I've been getting some information trying to figure out what's going on, and they really just want to make sure that the other little girl is safe, you guys. That's like the most important part right now, and it's just kind of a sad situation, and I really hope that mom had nothing to do with it, other than she simply made a mistake by co-sleeping and the baby passed away. I've heard some things that make me believe that it might be otherwise. So, yeah, it's just a mess. So, be thinking about them. No, I did not. I don't necessarily watch her that often. She's on really late. Did she say why? Or is there like a video specific to that? I want to check on that. Erin, we were talking about that, and there's a few things, like, they don't want to scare her off. They also don't want to, like, overreact, because, I mean, if this is just an accident, like, I couldn't imagine losing one of my, kids and then trying to have someone else take the other kid away from me, maybe in a time of need. They don't want to send her over the edge, but at the same time, they want to make sure that their little girl's okay. She's 6, so like I think she's about to be 6. So everybody's just, it's just important that she's okay, and that's really what we're worried about right now. But I was told that they could do a welfare check. I was also told that they're not staying at that house right now. So I was told that they are somewhere else. And there hasn't been confirmation where she is. I'm kind of trying to wait for that and see what happened so we can maybe figure that out. And I was also told by one of the detectives, one of the supervisors, they led me to believe that they may have been there yesterday. When I talked to them on the phone today, when I called the police department, I was trying to figure out more information on the police report, and they made it sound like there was no indication that they should believe that the little girl would be in any harm, or there should be any reason for them to have taken her out of the home at that time, even though the other baby did pass away. But the investigation is ongoing, and it's not going to be wrapped up. Even if nothing happened and like it is clear cut and dry that it is something that was an honest mistake or whatever, it's still going to take multiple weeks. So hopefully nothing happens. Like we just really want the little girl to be okay. I'm going to have to check that out and see. You got blocked? Are you kidding? They're bad on that. I feel like I get blocked sometimes for people that for no reason at all. It's dumb. There's been, I guarantee you this one will be demonetized as soon as I get off of here. And pretty much every single video that I've put out over the last few weeks, it used to just be my live, so I figured it was my potty mouth. So I tried to get that together. Well, then that didn't matter. So then I tried to fix my thumbnails, because it was like, if the thumbnail looks gory, or if the thumbnail does this or whatever, or says whatever, I know they're like against true crime or something now, it seems like. So I'm like, okay, well, let me refrain from that. Well, then I did that, and that didn't matter either. So I think I should just get like a costume of like a unicorn or something and like come on film and try and talk about true crime in a unicorn costume or something. Yeah, it's just yellow dollar signs. That's all I get. Everything's demonetized anymore. It doesn't matter what I do. And it's mostly my content. Like I haven't put out anything that's been, like I have a couple 911 calls and stuff on my channel, but a lot of that's been through public records requests. That's stuff that, and people think that that can be copywritten, and it's not. That's a police, like those are public records. So even in my town, police reports are public records. It depends on your town and your city. Anybody can request that. That's what people don't understand. You can't copyright that. Nobody can copyright that. So if you put that on your channel, that's not copywritten content. And they don't give you an explanation. They don't tell me why. They haven't given me any reason why. Whatever. So I've tried different things. And so I'm like, okay, fine. I'll stop with the Chris Watts crap. Well, the only thing I came up with since then is I talked about, that he may want to appeal. That's about it. I didn't even play any videos, because if I do that for a few seconds, they'll pull that off there. It's ridiculous. That's crazy. I don't understand. People work really hard. And I know that some people think it's a lot, people have Patreon, or people have merchandise, or people, want tips or whatever. I don't really care you coming on here and supporting me and talking to me. Honestly, it's an outlet for me, and it's what I started at. But it does take work. Like my husband helps me with things, and we have friends that help us try and put stuff together. And this stuff takes a lot of research, and even if it is something that's a 15-minute episode, it's not just 15 minutes, and whatever. It is what it is. So I'm just going to keep doing my thing, and I just don't want to get banned from YouTube. I still want to have a voice somehow. So that's why I figured, I'm like, you know what? I've been hearing all this stuff. Honestly, like hearing you and a few other YouTubers talk about all this crap that's gone on lately, I'm like, okay, how can I make it a point to stay around? Because even the content, like I pay for different things to use, like, so when you come up with your logo and like doing all that, if you don't know how to use programs to create it from scratch on your own, you're either using somebody else's product or you have to pay for that. You have to pay for different services that you use for different things. And if you use Zoom Premium, and if you use, there's like TubeBuddy and all these different sources that you use. And I mean, after a while, it all adds up, and it's just ridiculous how they're like, oh, well, your stuff can't be monetized because it's true crime. Okay, but I look on ID. Hey, Josh B, thanks. I appreciate that so much. I figure when you come in here, I'd get a hi and a bye. No hi and bye? How have you been lately? I'm buffering on my tablet, y'all. Am I buffering on your guys' side too? See, they don't even want me on here. They're like, someone gave her a super chat. We've got to buffer her now. I've been hearing a lot of rumors too about what might be going on. I don't know what's going on. I'd like to know though. I would just like an explanation so that I would like to not intentionally mess up. You know? If you're going to put the time and effort into it, I would like to know that I'm putting time and effort into something that's not going to automatically just be banned. Yeah, no warning. I can't believe that they did that they just like cut you off. That's crazy. Am I buffering? Oh, man. Thank you, Erin. Yeah, there is Streamlabs too, and that's something too, guys, for other channels. Yeah, I'm buffering. Darn it. See? They don't like it. They're like, nope. This is their warning system, I think, Jay. They're like, okay, this is our warning. We're going to make you buffer. You're awesome, Josh. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. My brother's name is Josh. It's a good name. For other channels too, I know J is for Justice. She has a Streamlabs set up as well. So even channels that have been getting demonetized and stuff, you can still go on there and support them as long as they have Streamlabs set up as well. And that's a way to help. And I know J is for Justice has a really cool Patreon set up. I was checking that out when she said it. And I'm like, that is so cool. Like her names are even really cool on there. When you've got like justifiable homicide for one of the tiers or something. Like, that's super creative. Alright, well, I think Miss Murder said that she wanted to get on, and she was going to try test out her Streamlabs or her OBS or something like that too, and I don't want to be the person hogging all the time and stuff, so, oh, thanks, Shook Trotter. I appreciate it. You have been so awesome. And I really hope that everything gets better with your hands and stuff. I can't imagine going through all that and having those burns, and I think you said it was like on your feet and stuff, and oh my goodness, I hope that you start to feel better. Yeah, Erin, absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate that too. So when you guys when you watch videos for people that, you know, YouTube creators and people that create content, when you watch their ads, it lets you skip it after a few seconds, but the longer you watch, the longer, the better response and the better ad rate that comes back around. That's what they say. Anyway, so, you know, that's a way that you guys can help too, and it's something that's completely free. You just, yeah, I mean, ads suck, but I watch ads when I watch my TV too, so. Oh, thanks, Jay. I appreciate that. I hope so too. I don't understand. I feel like that's going to be an issue. So I talked to a couple people who have nothing to do with YouTube that know things in the legal world, and I'm like, hey, Thanks, Josh B. Oh, see, I knew I was going to get a high and buy somewhere. Absolutely. You guys are awesome. Make sure you guys support Jace for Justice. She's got great content, and if there's some sort of like live chase going on or something,